So this video is for everyone who wants to shoot awesome videos without log and ProRes RAW, an external SSD or other accessories. Just good videos with the iPhone you own right now. My last video was about how to take awesome pictures with every iPhone, because you don't always need the latest model to take awesome photos. And the same goes for video. But of course you will get a better image with settings like ProRes RAW and log, but they also take way more storage and you need to color correct them in post. And if you know what log and ProRes RAW is in the first place, I think you don't need a video like this because you already know what you're doing. So first I want to show you some quick sequences I took with my 3-year-old iPhone 14 Pro Max in Bali. We arrived the day before at nighttime, and the next morning, as we stepped out of our Airbnb, we saw Bali for the first time. And the only camera I had at hand in that moment was my iPhone.
I hear the sounds of your heartbeat.
I also shot all of this with the basic camera app. With apps like the Blackmagic camera app or the Final Cut camera, you have more control over the video, which will result in a better and more cinematic image. But more important are things like composure, light and sound. And these are things you can master, which will allow you to take awesome videos with every phone basically. And the better the phone or the app, the easier it will get, of course. But no phone or camera can compensate bad composure, light or even sound. So let's start quickly with going over the settings, and after that I will talk about light, composure and sound. And by the way, if you want a detailed video about the Blackmagic camera app to take even better videos with your phone, just leave a comment below. So first we will go into settings and then camera. I have set record video at 4K and 30 FPS. You can of course choose other formats as you like, but with 4K you get the highest resolution, and 30 FPS is often used for social media. 24 FPS, for example, is used in movies, and therefore the motion blur in videos at 24 FPS is often described as more cinematic, but play around with the settings and choose as you like. 60 FPS is only useful in my opinion when you want to slow your footage down in post. Otherwise it will look unnatural. I have enhanced stabilization and HDR video turned on and the rest off. The dedicated slow-mo settings are at 1080 HD and 240 FPS, because when we have to be at HD we might as well choose the higher frame rate. The cinematic recording is set at 4K and 24 FPS, and the sound recording at stereo of course. Next, under formats, is high efficiency turned on and Apple ProRes off. If you turn this on, you have more data in your video, which is for example better for color grading, but 1 minute recorded at 4K and 30 FPS will be 6 GB. Under composition, I have turned on grid, level and view outside the frame. Especially the first two are paramount to compose your shot. Later on we will see famous examples for that. And a good composure of a photo or video will always look professional because it looks intended and makes sense. And the rest of these settings is also turned on. So going into the camera app and switching to video, you can tap the top left to change the resolution and the frame rate. At the top right you can turn on the flash and the action mode, but I would only recommend the action mode when the stabilization of a shot is more important than the quality, because in action mode the quality suffers a bit. And you can also click on these 6 dots or swipe the video button up to also adjust the exposure. For example, I have mine set to -0.7 because I like the moody iPhone look, but every scene is different and needs adjustment of course. So let's talk about the composition, which is my favorite section. When you have the grid turned on, you can apply the rule of thirds. Basically, your screen is divided into 3 columns and 3 rows. The intersection of these lines is often called power points, and our eyes are naturally drawn to them, and this helps you to use symmetry in your shots. In a lot of movies you will find that the character is either on the left or the right side, and that their eye is roughly at the intersection of these 2 lines. Just placing the character in the middle with a 24mm lens, which is your 1x lens on the iPhone, will just look boring and plain. So besides knowing how to compose your shot, it is important to understand lighting. Because we only use our phones without accessories in this example, we will talk mainly about natural light. And the easiest rules to remember are: don't shoot directly into the sun or into another light source, because this will backlight your subject, resulting in a black silhouette, unless it's a creative choice of course. Also, don't shoot in harsh sunlight, because your subject will have shadows under the eyes, and shooting at sunrise or sunset will result in more pleasing, interesting and softer colors overall. And when you have a window or light source to work with, place your subject roughly at a 45-degree angle to that light source. And this is called the Rembrandt lighting and is used in a lot of movies because it just looks so cinematic. And regarding audio, you must know that good audio is more important important than a good image. And it is easier to watch a video for a viewer when the audio is good, but the image, for example, is bad, than to have bad audio with a good image. The iPhone's audio quality is pretty good, but make sure you don't cover the microphone accidentally with your hand while recording. And if you want to improve your audio, you can use something like the DJI mics, for example. Regarding stabilization, I want to say that the iPhone stabilization without the action mode does a very good job. But to have a stable video, you also have to hold the iPhone in a stable way. And you can easily do that with holding the iPhone with two hands and tucking your elbows in. And when you want to make a panning shot, for example, make sure to move your hips and legs instead of your arms like this. And when you're walking, bend your knees a bit and hold your upper body as stable as possible. This is called the ninja walk. All of these techniques require a bit of work to master, but once you know them, your results will speak for themselves and are independent of the iPhone model you use. I hope you learned something, and as always, have a great one, guys. Ciao.
She says that she loves me, she just wants to fuck me. Got me feeling something, got me feeling nothing. Alcoholic junkie, says she thinks I'm funny, think I might get lucky.